Grace and peace, friends and family. Welcome to another conversation. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. This is Joy, and I am so excited about having this conversation with you. Why you must go no contact. And this is what helps or facilitates your recovery from narcissistic abuse. Now, before we go any further, I do want to say that yes, I am aware that sometimes going no contact is not possible. You may be raising children with them. Maybe you work with them. Quite possibly you are a child of them, of the narcissist, and you're still in the same household. And so it's not possible to go completely no contact. But wherever possible, go gray rock. And that's simply to go limited contact and keep things or conversation, interaction to a minimum, and it should only pertain to the matter at hand. That means don't feed into their games. That means, knowing what your triggers are and what your senses are so that you can protect yourself. The focus has to be shifted from the narcissist back to you. And this is what is going to help facilitate your journey of recovering. I will do a video shortly on that. I'll have that conversation with you about what gray rock or limited contact can look like and how you can work that for your advantage. That is a parenting style that I have to engage in. Although for the majority of the time I am pretty much no contact, but it's only for emergencies where they may be some type of contact. But even now, I'm reviewing that situation and saying, you know what, I'm ready to go completely off radar because there's nothing to be gained here. The kids are almost at an age where, they can handle it themselves. They can talk to him if they need to, if they want to. But, we all are going to have to decide what is best for us. What may work for you might not work for somebody else. And likewise, what may work for somebody else may not work for your situation. But to stick with today's topic, why you must go no contact. Again, this is to facilitate your recovery. It has nothing to do with a narcissist. And I think firstly, I want to say is that don't look at no contact as silent treatment, especially when you're fresh out of the relationship. One thing that narcissists do in relationship is give you that silent treatment. Sometimes you may have, without knowing, issued a narcissistic injury and now you are being punished. Yeah, punished. They really think that you are their child, you are their object, you are their pet, and they're going to punish you for certain behaviors that you have no clue about. So they put you on silent treatment as a way to condition you for abuse, as a way to punish you, as a way to, test you, see how much can you tolerate, how much will you tolerate. Going no contact looks nothing like that. What essentially you are doing is creating an environment that is conducive for your healing. It has nothing to do with revenge. It has nothing to do with getting back with them. It has nothing to do with making them miss you. Think about who you want. If that's how you feel, and I understand your feelings, but it's time to start questioning them. Because if you feel like no contact is going to punish them or make them miss you, you got to evaluate what your thought process. What are you trying to gain? Do you really want a person who deceived you? Do you really want a person who had no good intention, who did not respect you in the least bit to miss you? They're not going to miss you. They'll most certainly miss the benefits of you. They'll miss the supply they get from you. They'll miss being in your presence because there's something about you, but they will not miss you, the person, the essence of who you are. They couldn't care less about that. Remember, they come to steal, kill, and destroy. That was what they were trying to kill. That's what they were trying to destroy. That's what they were stealing. So no, it's got nothing to do with punishing them. It has to be about bettering yourself. It's important that we take the focus completely off the narcissist and use that time, that energy to take care of yourself. You have to remember that when a discard happens, whether they discarded you or they force you to discard them. You are not breaking up with a person who is emotionally healthy. No contact is going to signify a boundary that you're establishing. And anybody who is respectful or, of a healthy disposition is not going to care that you decided to have boundaries. In fact, they will respect it. I always say this, that your boundaries are there to protect and preserve who you currently are, as well as who you are becoming. And you've got to focus on that. You want to protect you. And sometimes you feel like, why should I protect myself? Because, your feelings are hurt and you're not looking or receiving yourself or perceiving yourself in the manner that you should be, because you're being led by pain. You're being led by shame, disappointment, anger, hurt, frustration, regret, guilt, a plethora of emotions that are not healthy for you. But don't allow those things to determine your self-worth. At the end of the day, you must tell yourself, according to Genesis 1:26, that you are made in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, you must respect yourself. You're made in His image. You must love yourself. You must like yourself. And you must fight for yourself. Even if you don't feel like it, just go back to Genesis 1:26, that you are made in the image and likeness of God. There is something special about you. You are His child. And He doesn't play about a single one of His kids. He's not playing about you. And so even though you may find yourself out of that situation, remember that He leaves 99 to go after that one. Consider that discard, however it came about, God coming after you. And hold on to that and walk with Him so that He can reveal to you why He saved you. He saves us all for different reasons, but it's all to edify the body of Christ as a whole. So I want you to really consider that. But when you actually go ahead and establish these boundaries, the narcissist may feel rejected. They may feel like, oh, you think that they're unimportant or that you are better than them, and you got to prepare yourself because they will retaliate each and every single time. The smear campaign. Lying and talking about you all over town, trying to infiltrate your friend system, your family, any way that they can to bring dis-ease into your life. And I mean dis-ease as well as disease. They infect people's thoughts. But you never let go of your truth. And I think it might be beneficial if you write down your truths and tell yourself things about you. I'm joyful. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm caring. And place those reminders where you can see them, especially when it's the dark days, so that you can focus on yourself. Remember, we have to bring ourselves back into focus. It's important you bring yourself back into focus, because all this time you were experiencing pretty much a mental hurricane, an emotional hurricane, a physical, a financial, a spiritual hurricane when they were in your life. And so we got to step outside of that hurricane. We got to relocate. And what we are relocating is our thoughts. And this is why no contact is so important. It allows you to get grounded. It allows you to get your feet planted on solid ground. You're always like 1 foot in, 1 foot out as you walk on eggshells in these relationships. But no contact is really going to allow you to focus on yourself. It's going to turn down the voice of the narcissist over time. It doesn't just go away immediately, but eventually you'll find that, their name may be said, their birthday may come, dates of specific significance will come along, but it won't trigger you like it used to. You may see a picture of them randomly somehow. You won't be as triggered as you would if you were still in contact. And you also have to understand that they don't want to let you go, because they want to always have you as an extension to their lives in case they need that backup supply. And right now, I want to let you know that you are nobody's backup. You are not second choice. You are not an option. You are always God's first choice. And when anybody treats you like an option, there is one response and one response only. Respect yourself exit stage left. I know, okay, this isn't what we were going to be talking about, but I know one of the common dating trends right now is to have multiples. But think about that for a minute. Multiples for what? Why do you need multiples? Why? If you know who you are, if you know whose you are, if you know and you are sure about your purpose, you don't need you don't need options like that. You need one. You need one who complements, one who is God-sent, one who is God-fearing, one whose purpose aligns with yours, that you can be purpose partners as you do your kingdom assignment. Multiples is only a spirit of confusion. So remember that. Narcissists try to treat you like you're an option, and we reject that in Jesus' name. That's one thing that I refuse so passionately for each and every one of you. It's one of my prayer points for you guys. I remember, being treated like an option, and when I realized that, oh, he really thinks that you are an option. And it's not to say that I'm wonderful and that much better than other people, but respect. At the end of the day, it's the principle of a thing. And you're going to respect the God in me. They are going to respect the God in you. And that no contact is the first step. It is the first step. You always keep things in perspective, that they never came to love you. They came seducing you. They came with a deceptive spirit. And they come to awaken fantasy within you, or, by these illusions that they create, all the future faking, all the fantasies that they surround you with, all manipulation and seduction, nothing real. But what you offered them was genuine empathy. You reciprocated, you gave them mature and true love, and they didn't want those things. You think about that. Are we going to be patty caking with the enemy? Are we going to be patty caking with people who don't respect you? Are we going to be patty caking with people who don't even like you, who talk about you behind your back? You remember those things when you're considering breaking that no contact. They're not in your life to edify you. They are there to horrify your experiences. And you deserve something better than that. Also remember that there is no time stamp on no contact. It's a reward that they earned. They work hard for that reward. Let them enjoy that reward. No contact is the gift that keeps on giving. It is not a temporary measure. It is a permanent position. Assign that position and focus on yourself. Don't consider what you lost. I know I'm laughing because I'm remembering my own journey and how it felt like I've lost these things. You didn't lose anything. And sometimes you feel like my hope is dead. Well, guess what? We serve a God who resurrects the dead. We serve a God who makes all things new. You lost nothing. You lost nothing. I always want to remind you that your latter days are greater. So don't think about this as revenge. Keep your heart and your hands clean and pure. Don't think that you need to change yourself. Of course, there are things that we need to work on. But what I mean when I say don't change yourself, and this is something that I had to work on so that I wouldn't become hateful, so that I wouldn't become a bitter person, so that I wouldn't feel like I can't love again. No, I'm going to love again at the right time, and I'll love the right person. And that's the same for you. But don't allow them to take the beautiful, the kind, the caring, the considerate, the passionate person that you are, the creative person, the visionary, the dreamer. Don't allow them to change that. Work on being yourself and being true to yourself. You need the narcissist out of your life, and the no contact allows you to detox all the toxins that they left within you, all the residue. There's no way that we can be in these types of relationships and not ingest any of the toxins. And so we ourselves need that no contact so that we can go through a purification process. And it is not easy, but it's not impossible either. So stand true. And stand on the word, stand in your truth that you deserve something better than this. Again, go back to Genesis 1:26. You're made in God's image and likeness. You're a powerful, creative being. Continue to take the next step. Even if you don't see the whole path ahead of you, continue to trust God that He will lead you in a plain path of righteousness for His name's sake. Continue to ask Him to order your steps. Continue to ask Him to purify you, to teach you or to reveal to you what it is that He's teaching you from this experience. I think it would be wrong if we just looked at the experience like, I gained nothing from this, I just lost. And I understand that because I've said it too. But now ask God, now that I've experienced all of this, what are you teaching me? Because even in pain, there is lessons. So I wanted to share this with you, why you must go no contact. And it's really so that you can get back to yourself. So you can get back to what you were created to do. You know, when you're in these entanglements, there is no room for you to flourish. There is no room for you to walk in purpose. There is no room for you to embrace genuine love and have solid relationships and allow people to experience the beauty of your creation. And I'm not talking about your physical beauty, and this is for men too, but I'm talking about the divine purpose that is inside of you. None of that is ever let out when you're in these relationships, and your future is so much more important than your past. You know, once you are no longer entangled and your mind is clear, you can continue to take giant leaps and bounds as you go forward. Now, you don't have to wait until you finally say, oh, I've forgotten about them or whatever. But during that no contact period, it doesn't mean that, you just don't talk to them and you ignore them and you do nothing. But start working on you. Write down your goals. Put action steps towards those goals. What is it that you want to do? Is it a financial goal? Are you trying to save? Are you trying to restore your credit? Are you trying to work on your mental health? Are you going to counseling or therapy? Are you engaging the services of a coach who is going to help you move forward? Remember, therapy and counseling are going to help you with your past. Coaching helps you go forward. What do I need to implement to be stronger or to, protect myself better? All of those things. How do I achieve my goals? Think on those things. Maybe you want to buy a home, or what are the steps that you need to take? Okay, maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to write a song and you want to release that song. Maybe you want to write a play. Who knows what it is that you want to do? But allow those things to be the things that fuel your mind. Whatsoever things that are pure, focus on those. Don't allow your mind to wander back to what is toxic and what hurt you simply because you missed the love bombing stage. Remember, that was all deception. So use your no contact time to continue to take the next step. And it gets easier with each step that you take. So I thank you so much for your time. I hope that you are continuing to pursue your most significant state by living your life fearlessly. Until the next time, God bless you.